Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Excellent. Excellent. We're just waiting for Andres here. Hopefully
Okay.
he will join shortly. But congratulations. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we're very excited to have you. So just while we're waiting, any questions so far? I know had an email to me last week.
Yeah, you answered it. You told me with time
Yep.
and when my responsibilities expand. So you answered my question.
Okay. Great. Great. Yeah, very, very excited to have you guys. This is sort of like a pilot project. So, obviously the better you both do, the more responsibilities, the more things that there will be. And yeah, I mean, we're excited. This should be a long-term project as long as everything is going as planned. So, um, yeah. So first and foremost, let me, uh, I just shared with you the onboarding plan. So what you want to do, here is your email. Here's your account. Andres, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Excellent, excellent. I'm
Glad.
just dropping in the chat um, both your new emails and your passwords so that you can log into it. This will be your email you'll use just moving forward to communicate with me, email other people, things like that. So
Okay.
yeah. So just as an overview for today's onboarding session, first and foremost is just getting you both set up on the right systems. There's a few different programs that we use, so I want to make sure I tell you what it's used for, how to use it, and how to log in. And then there's other information just about our company, what we do, things like that. So we'll move along. But first and foremost, once you sign into your emails, you should be able to open this Google Doc called the onboarding plan.
Hey. Okay.
Perfect. You see it, Andres?
No, yet. I just log in. So
Oh, okay. Perfect. Let me know when you guys see it.
is in the drive or should be in the mail?
It should be in your emails a link. Let me know if you
Okay.
don't see that. Yeah.
I found it.
Nice. Nice. Let me know when you see it, Stephanie.
I haven't seen it. No, not yet.
You see it? Not yet?
No, not yet. I haven't
Okay.
seen mine.
Okay. So Andres, feel free to just take a look at it in the meantime while Stephanie is is setting up. But like I said, the first part is just resources and tools that we'll use. It's just a document of different links and logins and etc. Then afterwards is oh, are you on as well, Stephanie? I can share my screen too, but
Okay.
I just figured to let you both take a look to make sure you have it, because this document, you'll reference as you go through the onboarding. So you can read this yourself. There's links that you can click on. So I wanted to make sure that you're set up. Stephanie, do you want to keep looking at it or keep trying to get that set up, or should we just continue for now?
Yeah, you can continue. I can see from the screen.
Yeah. Okay. Just let me know if you have any trouble accessing it afterwards. But it should be sent to your CCMHC Gmail.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So for now, hang on, let me see. Yeah, I did send it. Okay. So for now, let me give you an overview of the onboarding plan. So like I was saying, there's a few different parts. So first part, well, the objective is to get you both fully ramped up to help with our investor outreach, our CRM management email, nurturing LinkedIn engagement, and scheduling investor calls. So that's sort of what we discussed during our conversations last week. And obviously, like I mentioned, this is a growing field. I want you both to do very well, because the better you do, the more responsibilities there will be. There's opportunities to learn new tools. There's mentorships. If we bring on more people, you might be able to manage them as well, and also to ramp up your hours. So I wanted to make that clear. This is a sort of performance-based role. I need to prove to my leadership team that we should have more resources for this group. So that being said, first off is the tools. These are the different logins that you'll have. And then resources are useful links to documents, to videos for you to understand better how to make better product. So for example, there's investor scripts, which will be helpful, when you're crafting outreach to potential investors. And some other links that I will backfill as we sort of create the SOPs. And then afterwards, there's going to be sort of expectations, just to let you know, because our goal is to make sure that you know how well you're doing. We don't want it to be a surprise. If you're doing a great job, we want you to know. If you're not doing a great job, we want you to know as well. So we have expectations and KPIs to sort of measure your performance. There will be joint onboarding sessions, so a portion where I review with you both just like our business model, how we bring revenue to the business, etc. You'll see there's some that are investor relations, and then some that are content creation. So Stephanie, you will be in charge of the investor relations aspect, so you're highlighted in red. And then Andres, you're in charge of content creation, that's highlighted in blue. Now, I chose deliberately to onboard you both at the same time, so you both can experience what it's like, both know what everyone is doing. That way you can help each other out, because this role will require you both to work together. And if one person is out sick, then the other person can help as well. So there's the individual training assignments. This one I might do it with you both as well, like I said, just so you know what it's like to do various tasks. And then we'll have ongoing responsibilities and weekly routines. Sort of what you can do gives you some structure. That way you know, okay, as long as I do these things, I should be in pretty good shape. And then finally is 30, 60, 90 goals. So, within 30 days, where should you be? Within 60 days, where should you be? Within 90 days, where should you be? And that would give you a really good path of what success would look like in this role. So that's it. That's the onboarding process. Any questions from either of you?
No, we're good. I'm good.
Nice. Stephanie?
Yeah, like did you send the documents to my email?
Yes.
Sure, the email is it the new one you created?
Yes.
I
It's
I don't have the password.
this one right here. Yeah, so why don't we just make sure that you're able to log in, Stephanie? Do you see that password that I highlighted?
Okay.
Just let me know when you're able to log in, because this is important. So we can pause until you're able to log in. Or Stephanie, maybe share your screen just so I can see what you're looking at, because it shouldn't take this
I'm
long.
working.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got it.
Oh,
I've
okay.
seen it.
Okay. Are you able to see the onboarding file, the links and the drive links?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So then let's continue. So you'll see there's a link to your individual Google Drives on top of the onboarding plan that will take you to your Google Drive folder. So if you click on it, then you should see you'll have your own folder where you can create different files and what have you. And this is just for yourself. If you want to write notes, which I suggest doing, because one important thing is that you take good notes. That way you can train the next person. So you'll have both of your links right here. Google Drive folders, you log in through your emails, that's up there. So Slack is how we use to communicate back and forth. If you have any questions, you can message me there. If you have an end of day report or something to work with each other on, that's also where you communicate. So in your email inboxes, there should be a link to set up Slack. Let me know if you see it, either of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I can
Nice.
see it.
Perfect. So just set that up right now, and then we can continue.
I am in.
Perfect. Then let's see. So you want to, Andres, you want to send me just a message just to test it out to see if it works? Perfect. Nice job. Perfect. Let me add you both to the investor relations. Perfect. Okay. Excellent. Perfect. So I added you both to the investor relations chat. That way you could both use it to just chat with the group. And then you can also send direct messages to each other. So that's great. Continuing on, I don't think I think the rest of it we don't need to set up for now. I think that's just the most important part. I'd say Notion, set up Notion and NordVPN as well, and then Clockify, these three. So Notion, I think you should also have a inbox in your email that gives you a link to set up. So Notion, what Notion is used for, I can show you. So Notion is for different SOPs that we use. That way you know how to do each task. Right now, so we have version 1 and version 2. So version 1 is just, it needs to be moved over here eventually, but we haven't gotten to it yet. But right here, for example, if you want to learn how to edit a video in CapCut, I created a screen share of how to do that. There is a specific way for us to make SOPs, and this I will have you both do. So what I will do moving forward is I will send you like a screen share, like a Loom video essentially. So I'll send this to you, I'll have you watch it, and then create an SOP like this. So, oh, damn it. I don't know what's going on. Okay. So that's for SOPs. You'll see how to do different things, right? There's different files for you to learn on, and then the goal is to make whatever you do as easy as possible to follow. So the more clear you're able to set up these SOPs for your team, the better. Any questions so far?
No.
Okay, great. So this is where you'll find a lot of them. When you see in department, you could filter right here. You filter department, do marketing. And then when you click in here, you'll see we haven't built it out yet. So that's what we'll have you both do as well. And then you just reset. So, okay, perfect. Andres, are you able to get in?
Yeah, I'm checking the playbook for LinkedIn right now, just to see.
Nice. That's great. That's great. Okay, perfect. So let's move on back to here. NordVPN. It's just a VPN that we have access to. If you have your own VPN, feel free to use it as well. But just so you're both aware, it's quite important to use a US-based VPN, especially for things like, my LinkedIn account. If you're gonna sign into my LinkedIn account and they see, someone from, I don't know, someone from the Philippines or Nigeria, whatever, accessed it, then they might flag my account, and if I get banned, then then that's no good because we can't do anything in that case. So just make sure, please use the VPN. It's very important. If you don't have one, here is a login that you can use. Last but not least, Clockify. Are you both familiar with Clockify?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Okay.
No.
Sure. Clockify is a simple way for you to essentially track your time. So, pretty sure I have one account. I can show you how it works. So this is a time tracker. This is how you track your time. So, every day we log in, you press start. Projects could be like this, right? This is how you track your time. And then let's say, just for example, we started at 10 a.m. today. So then you can edit that. And then if you're, taking a lunch break, okay, then you stop the clock, then you'll see it. Okay, I worked 26 minutes so far today. So it's easy. And then that way you'll see like weekly you could see, okay, this is how much I've worked. You can share it, you can print it, and that's just how we do the timesheets. Yeah, so then you can sign up with your own emails, or you can do it with this email. So yeah, moving forward, just make sure that when you're working, just clock in. When you're not, just don't. And then if you want to go over the allotted hours, just let me know so I can approve it before you go, above your scheduled hours. So that's that. I'll let you both take a look at it. Do you want some time to set up your accounts? It should be pretty quick. Okay. Should we continue, or do you want some more time?
I'm almost done.
Okay. Okay. Give you a couple more. Give you another minute.
Yes, thank you.
Of course. Take your time. And at any point in time, if either of you have questions, just let me know. Feel free to stop me. Otherwise, I just keep going.
Yeah, it says, how large is your company? I just put only me.
Yeah. Exactly.
So how are we going to show you how long we work?
Yeah. So when you go here, right? When you're in your time tracker, when you start work, you press start, and then you should see it come up right there. And then you can assign it a project. I just call mine MHP, but you can call yours something else. This is just fairly straightforward. And then when you stop working, you just press stop, and then you can also resume. There's a continue timer button right here. Just continue working. And then you see the timer continues. And then that's how you add it on.
And then we just send you a screenshot, or?
Well, actually, you can go into reports, and then you can go to weekly, and then it will show you like for the week. See this week how
Yeah.
much you worked for this particular project. You could say this project, and then only will pull up for this project. Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
Because I just set it up and I just named the project onboarding call.
Yeah. I mean, you can name the project like CCMHC. That way, whenever you work on, with us, then that's when you clock in. And then when when you work for like another client or something, you can also use this platform. It's free to use, so quite a lot of people use it.
Right.
Yeah. What else? Does that make sense, Stephanie?
Is she frozen? I think she's
Yeah.
frozen.
Yeah. Maybe the internet's not that great. Okay. Let's see. Let me see. I'll message her on Slack. Well, in the meantime, Andres, if you wanted to take a look, here's just a couple of links right to the Notion page. So there's the playbook for our company, and then the marketing playbook, and then also how to make SOPs. This is super helpful.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's essentially a video recording I made to tell you how to make SOPs. So this maybe let's make this a first assignment for you both. I wanted to see how you create SOPs. So maybe you can just after you've taken a look at Clockify, just make a quick SOP on how to clock in, how to clock out, how to send in your weekly time cards.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can absolutely just create your own note in your own Drive folder, for example. If you have certain tasks, you can use it.
Perfect.
Yeah. So moving on, Stephanie, you're back. You can hear us okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, your image was frozen, so I don't know what you heard or not.
Okay, I was hearing you guys, but I didn't know you were hearing me.
Okay. Okay. So as long as you hear us, that's fine. So okay. How to make SOPs, that's where we're at. And then the KH course, it's Keely Hubbard. She's a capital raising coach that we paid a lot of money for access to her course and coaching. So she's got really, really good insights on how to talk to investors, how to create things, marketing pieces that are compelling. So I will give you this as an example. So links are all there, right? So when you log in, you can see this is like a template toolbox. So there's template links that you can go in and create things in Canva for. So you can actually, let me see. Oh no, I think Canva template links, here we go. So if you want to create certain links, then you can just click on it and then use template for new design. And then here you go. You could see this is like template for logos, right? So these templates are all done for you. That's the great part. You don't have to create a new one. Just use what she has as a good starting point, because she's done a lot. She's raised like over 20 million from her investor group just using a lot of these things. So we paid good money to have access to this. So absolutely is worth very worthwhile to take a look at. And I will give you the Canva login as well. That way, when you design things, it's just in the main Canva account. So, okay. So you'll see in her course, there's the template toolbox, which is just what I showed you. There's a how-to library. There's investor scripts. So investor scripts is like how to reach out to people, what to say in emails that is compelling. How-to libraries telling you how to do different things, like how do you remove background image in Canva, which I'm sure you know, but a lot of this is helpful in case you don't. So again, this is a good place to just spend some time, watch some videos, and just learn from it. I might have you or one of you just like download or document a lot of these, because I haven't had the time to do so just yet. And then continuing on, just some things that we'll be working on. I wouldn't worry about this just yet, but for social media side, so Andres, this is you, how to edit YouTube videos, edit podcasts, and edit short form videos, and create Canva images. And then Stephanie, for you, is like commenting on LinkedIn, which you're doing great at already. I know that. how to be a substitute for me in one of my networking groups, how to write emails for investors, so things like that. Okay, any questions so far?
I'm good.
Perfect. Let me see. Oh, okay, yeah. So for Canva, why don't we try to log into Canva as well, since that is right there.
Will I be logging into Canva?
Yes. So again, just the onboarding, the plan is for you both to see how to do everything. That way you at least have some idea, because there might be times where we help each other out on certain tasks and there will be overlap. So you can try to log in. And before doing so, do you both have VPNs that you can use?
I had my own, yeah. It's called
Okay.
ExpressVPN.
Oh, great. And Stephanie, do you have?
Yeah, I have funnel there, but sometimes it just goes off on its own.
Okay, that's fine. As long as it's US based, because for these accounts that we're sharing logins for, obviously the companies here don't like it and they might ban my account. So if they ban my Canva account, then all our designs are gone. So we want to try to avoid that where possible.
I'm in Canva.
Great.
On it. But the Node VPN, I thought we were supposed to use the one you provided here.
You can use this one, or you can use your own VPN if you already have one. So whatever you're most familiar with. They're all the same thing. Yeah. So anyways, let me know when you were good to continue. I can give you just another minute or so if you want.
Okay.
I'm just checking Canva, wrong. I'm sorry.
Sure.
I'm just checking Canva.
I can't log in to
You
Canva.
can. Does the password not work for Canva?
Yeah, they said incorrect email.
Incorrect email. Andres, you're able to log in with this?
Yeah, I am in.
Okay,
Let's try again.
sure.
I can't log in.
Say that again.
Let me try again.
Okay.
I can't log in. They said incorrect email or password.
Can you share your screen, maybe?
Okay.
I like that one that says the journey podcast
Yeah.
with Leo. I
Yep.
like that sign.
That's great. Thank you. So just a quick sidebar. The journey is going to be the podcast that we build on. So I'll bring lots of different guests on, and then there will be a lot of content to do from there. So the the gist is like, everyone has a journey and to learn about their journey. And the angle that I'm trying to do is to see if um, I could turn it into an investor conversation. So okay, Stephanie, you did the capital M, right? Okay. Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Or maybe just try typing it in manually. Hmm. Interesting. Let me try to log in. Log in. I just tried it and it works.
Did
So
you
maybe,
just copy and paste, Stephanie?
oh no, it's not Canva Create, it's canva.com. Yeah. Continue with email. No, you should continue with email, not with Google, because my Google password is different. So, and then it's
Okay.
also going to ask for two-factor authentication, so I have to tap yes on my phone every time you log in. So that probably won't work.
Okay.
You want to just go back and then as continue with email. So just click on this link, right? I dropped it in the chat, canva.com. You should be able to just log in. I don't know why it's taking you to Canva Create.
Okay. There's no invite link on Canva now. Junior. Okay. All right. I'm cover.
Oh, you're logged in?
Yeah, I'm logged
Perfect.
in.
Perfect. Okay, then let's continue. Let's continue right now. Okay. So next part is expectations. Just so you know what to expect, like I said, I want you both to know what is expected of you, how to do a good job, how not to do a good job. So simple expectations is use a VPN at all times. For reasons that I mentioned earlier, it's best to do it. For each session, each day that you're working, clock in and out through Clockify. That way we can track the time clearly. Be on time and on camera for all scheduled calls, since it's hard to build that relationship when we're not face to face in person. So that's why we want to be on camera and also on time, since we both set the time aside. So we want to be respectful of each other's schedules. If you're going to be late, it's okay. Just let me know as soon as possible. I mean, I get it. Things come up. But then if you're going to be more than 15 minutes late, we might have to reschedule the call, because my calendar is quite tight. So sometimes I'll have a call right after, and then, with less time, we might not have enough time to go through everything that we need.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Are we ever gonna meet with clients or something? Because I know that, for example, when we're meeting with you, the dress code doesn't really matter. But if we're meeting with, you know,
Good question. Good question. For now, no. For now, the goal is for you to support the investor relations effort. So, creating great content, reaching out to people, scheduling calls, etc. So it will all be for me for now.
okay, okay, and you're okay with any dress code that we have, like,
You can wear your pajamas, anything you want to, as long as you're not
okay,
naked.
cool.
I don't care. Yeah. Whatever you feel most comfortable in to get the right work done. That's all that matters. I think that's
Perfect.
very important. That, I don't want to tell you to do something just to do something. So there has to be a reason. So there's no good reason for me to ask you to wear like a suit and tie. So I'm not going to do that.
Perfect. Thank you.
Look at me, right? That's just how we all work. So great question. Okay, so if you need to be out of the office, like, I don't know, like you need to visit your family, you need to go to another village or something, that's totally fine. Just try to let me know like at least 24 hours in advance. That way I know, okay, well, Andres will be gone from Tuesday to Thursday, so I need, Stephanie, like, can you help fill in for some things? That way we can keep the system moving. You are all a very important part of our team. It's not like you don't matter. So, if you go missing, we're like, where's Stephanie? Where's Andres? And then, that's when the issues come up. And again, I think for us, we have a very flexible time off policy. Like, if you have things coming up, if you want to go on vacation, that's fine. Just let me know so we can plan around you. Like, hey, I'll be out of the office on the 14th and the 15th. So then we can plan around you.
Okay.
Yeah. Next is ideally you respond to all Slack messages. I mean, within 24 hours, but I mean, just when you're online, just respond to them when you're able to. So like Monday to Friday, sort of the regular working hours, I'll expect you to sort of be available if there's questions, if I'm asking for like an update or something. This is this may be a new concept. So if you have any questions or problems or issues with whatever you're doing, we have a method called the 131. So for every one problem, outline 3 potential solutions and propose one best solution. to the extent that you can. You know, this doesn't work for everything, but sometimes it does. It's like, I'm having trouble with this email. Like, how should I write it? There's a few different ways I was thinking. I think this makes the most sense. What do you think? Instead of like, hey, I don't know how to do this. Help me out. Because then that takes the learning out of your hand. And the goal is for you to be better people and better marketers, better investor relations people. Yeah, I mean, I'm serious about your growth. I want you both to become better people through our time together. So this is just one of the ways that we do that. Also, ChatGPT is super helpful. I use it every single day. Whenever I have questions, I ask ChatGPT. It's funny. I literally ask ChatGPT for everything,
Me too.
and it solves most of my problems.
Yeah, the other day I was watching a movie and I didn't have anybody to speak about the movie, and I
Yeah,
just started a conversation with ChatGPT about the movie.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They could do a lot, you know. And there's custom bots that I think, yeah, I linked some custom bots up here, just a quick demonstration on how it works. So the LinkedIn GPT is, or LI GPT is for LinkedIn. So then if you have like, I don't know, like, if you want to comment on a post, right? Literally, it's so simple. I just copy this, and then I go here, leave a comment on this post. And I already taught the voice of it. So for the most part, it's simple, right? So I'm gonna make this 1 to 2 lines at most and take out emojis. And this is literally how I do it. That's that. It took 15 seconds, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I love ChatGPT. I use it every day. You know, there's that LinkedIn GPT, and then there's also investor relations GPT. So this is like if you're making like, I don't know, make an email to investors about rising interest rates. I mean, yes, like you'll learn to ask better questions and things like that. But this literally just creates something that makes sense. And it gets you started. It gets you 50, 60% of the way there. So it's super simple. You know, saves you a lot of time and headache. Anyways, okay. So KPIs, just so you know, key performance indicators. This is just different numbers that we track to see like how well you're doing, see your output. So for investor relations, you know, just general guideline, you want to focus on investor engagement. So whatever gets investors to engage more, that should be your big goal, right? Everything you do is how do I get more investors to engage with our company? So for example, your KPIs could be how many comments did you leave on posts? You know, I just left one comment on a post. Another one is a checkbox. Have you responded to all the comments on my post anytime there's a post? So I'll have like 20 or 20, 30 responses to my post every single time. Just make sure to reply to those. How many followers do I have? That's a good metric to track. So let's say there's 7,000 this month, and then next month there's 7,500. Okay, that's great. And then the following month there's 7,700. Okay, well, why did it slow down? And then, you know, that's how leadership sort of figures out the long-term strategy. So it's very important to track. And then, you know, for example, like how many posts do you make on LinkedIn? So that's another way to track it as well. And then for social media side, the focus is to make the best content possible. So that honestly ties into how to get investor engagement, because the better your content, the more investor engagement you get. So that is just the overarching goal, investor engagement. But put simply though, the best content will get you there. So those are sort of your two goals. So maybe, for example, for you, Andres, it's like, how many short form videos have you repurposed? You know, I had you do one of them as part of the assignment. Is like, we'll have a lot of podcast episodes. Maybe you can trim one to like a 30-second video, and then Stephanie, you will create a text post on it. You'll watch the 30-second video and make an engaging post from that, just as an example. And continue on, it's like, how many text posts have you made? And then how many graphic posts have you made? So the output is sort of on how many posts you make and the quality of it. And then last but not least, every day that you work, just send me a message on the tasks that you've completed and what is planned for the next day, and any challenges or questions that need support. So, you know, it might be, I'll do this for you, Stephanie. I think this might be easier instead of sending a message. So it's like this, right? Today, tomorrow. Just as an example, right? And then if you want to make the format look nicer, you could. And then tomorrow is like, you know what I mean? You could, this is just your document, so that way you can see it. And then this one just sits in your Google Drive. It's your folder. So what I will do is I will screenshot this and I will drop it in the investor relations chat, just because Stephanie, I got you started, but then Andres, I'll have you make your own. That way we're being efficient with our time.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, let's continue. Any questions so far? I mean, this is just the expectations, which is like, you know, as long as you're doing this, like, you've done the bare minimum, which is great. But if you're not doing it, then it's like, okay, then we'll have questions. Okay, let's continue. So on the onboarding session, this is sort of the high level of the company, because, you know, for me as a person, I've always been a person with a lot of questions. I always ask why, you know. Oh, say that again. You trying to say something, Andres?
No, I'm okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I've always been a person to ask why, and like people are just always like, I mean, teachers growing up, they're like, just sit down and just read, right? They just tell you to do these things. But for me, understanding the reason why I do something and how my work fits in with the bigger picture is helpful for me. So that's why I'm giving you an overview. You might find this helpful, you might not, but anyway, so we'll go over it high level. We can dig in deeper if you have more questions. So our outcome for this, the goal for us is to align both of you with our company's vision, roles, and workflow. You know what we do, how what you do fits in with what we do, and also how to do the various things. So starting with the business model, and you could both take notes on this as well, since and I will send out the recording so you could take notes from this recording as well. So our business model, let me pull up our website. Our business model is that we purchase and we operate these kind of properties called mobile home parks. They are what's in my virtual background behind me. It's a very special kind of asset that's somewhat unique to the US. So we purchase these properties and operate them, and the goal is twofold. We have two goals. One is to provide quality and affordable housing for the economies that we operate in. And the second and most important one is that we help our investors grow their wealth. That's the entire reason for investor relations, is how do we help investors know what we do? How do we help them trust us in what we do? And then how do we empower them to invest with us? Because that's how we grow as a company. So investors will fund our projects. We will buy them. We will operate them. Does that make sense so far?
Yes.
How do you mean operate them after the investors fund the project?
Yeah, great questions. So let me see if there's. So we operate the properties as in, these are all rental properties. So we collect the rents from these people. We make sure that the property is clean. We make sure if there's any damages to the property, we'll fix it. Like if the roads need fixing, we'll manage improvement projects, like if we'll install new lighting and signage and etc. And then when it comes time to increase the rental rates, we will increase the rents, and then also try to improve our expenses. So we try to increase the rents and then not let the expenses go up that much. Yeah. So this is just some high level stuff for investors to look at. We like to focus on markets that have good fundamentals, but like population growth, make sure that it's a growing economy, with job and income growth, rent growth, and there's future demand drivers. Let's say there's a new Amazon warehouse that opened, so then we know that there's going to be more demand for housing in the area. So that's our business model. We raise funds from investors, and we use those funds to purchase and operate these mobile home parks. And then you'll see some of our projects, these are the properties that we buy, essentially. Andres, I don't know if you've seen properties like this before, or Stephanie.
Yeah, I went to college in Texas, and all the classrooms were those things. Like it were no houses, but
yeah,
and also there were a lot of neighborhoods like that.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of these houses. So yeah, that's the goal. It's very I try to make it more straightforward, but yeah. So we have some projects from here. You can see they get to be somewhat decently sized as well. So yeah, that's our business model. And then MHP stands for mobile home parks. You can call it MHC as well, manufactured housing communities. They're both the same thing. Yeah, so in your social media posts or whatever, you can refer to them interchangeably. MHC is the more correct term for it. MHP is just older but better known. Yeah. So syndication is what I mentioned. So we raise funds. These investors, they'll invest, $50,000, $100,000, and we grow their money for them. Our goal is to double their investment in 5 to 7 years. So it's a great opportunity for those that qualify for it. As you'll learn, not everyone qualifies for it because, not everyone has like 50, 100, 200,000 laying around to just invest, and invest in a way that they cannot touch the money for a few years. So one of the goals for our investor relations post and reach outs is like to let them know like it's not for everyone, but for the right people, this is a very compelling solution to help them reach their goals faster and with more ease. And we can go more into it in at later sessions. So we'll have at least one session weekly where you can both ask me questions, things like that, and then we'll have some one-on-one time as well before and after. So that way you can have one-on-one time with me before working together with the team. So that was syndications, investor relations. Like what I said earlier, our goal is to just help investors know us, like us, and trust us. That's a classic formula that a lot of people use in the industry: know, like, trust. So that's how we do it. Our content strategy, I take it that you've seen my LinkedIn. The social media strategy for us so far, I would say, is 70% LinkedIn, 10% YouTube, and then the other 10% or other 20% is just repurposing content elsewhere. So LinkedIn, the strategy is to create very compelling posts. I have been slacking just because, there's no excuse. I've been slacking on my posts. I used to be very good. I used to post, 3 times a week. Oh, I don't know what happened. I used to post 3 times a week, and I was going to show. Yeah, see, my computer is also acting up. It's Monday. It happens. But okay, I was going to show you some example posts so you know what kind of posts that I make. Here we go. Perfect. So I was on vacation for a few weeks, so that might not have been the most consistent, but yeah, right here, you'll have posts like this that sort of engage people and drive them to respond, right? This has 92 comments, 3 reposts. This one did pretty good. But also the comments, half of them are from me. So that's one strategy, is that you respond to every single comment, because the more comments there are on the post, the more the algorithm shows it to other people. So it's kind of a reciprocal strategy.
Yeah. You know what? One day I post something and it had a grammar mistake.
Yeah.
And I like 15 comments where people correcting me, and I was like, I'm just gonna leave it, and I'm
Yeah,
gonna apologize in next post because it helped with the algorithm, you know.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So yeah, all good suggestions. Marketing, there's no right or wrong way to do it. So our goal is to figure out how to do it the most right. About social media. Let me see if I could. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna
to brag about the gross numbers. They never talk about profits. You'll see.
Like
I'm a six-figure entrepreneur. Great. What's your expense ratio? Is it 80?
From a podcast that I've done? It's easy. So, what you might do, Andres, is like snip this 30 seconds, and then, Stephanie, what you might do is like make this post. Something like this. Right? And, the goal is to just have different kinds of posts. There'll be some that are text only, some that are video, some that are image. And it's all a part of a balanced diet, call it like that. Some is like, hey, I'm speaking at this event, like it's an announcement. Some is like a picture, educational post. Sometimes it's like podcasts, educational posts, and this is like a little call to action. I can make my post better, but this is just to get you started. I think the goal with us as a team now is to make the best post that we can. So, any questions so far? Great. So now let's go back to this document. Roles in collaboration. I mean, like I mentioned, I think for you, Stephanie, it's investor engagement. Just like how do we talk to more qualified investors? We can talk to them by making better posts, making better emails, DMing them on LinkedIn, maybe inviting them to be on our podcast or things like that. And then for you, Andre, social media, how do you make the best post possible? Make better graphics, things like that. Better videos, better graphics, infographics as well. So let me show you one example. And this is where ChatGPT is, again, it's a lifesaver. So you see, this one's the LinkedIn bot. So it understands what kind of post that I like because I've given it custom instructions, by the way. So there's instructions to make better responses. So I'm like, okay, generate LinkedIn posts in an output and in table format, including the topic, hook, and a creative CTA, and then it'll do something like this. These are like decent posts. I'd say they're like 7 out of 10 posts already, which is great because that just took so much creative work out of your hands, the burden of thinking through ideas. This saved me so much time and hassle. And this is better than all those posts on LinkedIn. I think the benefit with me is that I'm very experienced. I know how to tweak it to be better. Versus like there's other people on LinkedIn that you can just tell it's made by AI, and it's just, I don't know if you've seen those posts, but it's like it's so obvious they won't get engagement. And let me see. So someone like him, I'll give him credit, he is improving, but for the longest time, like his posts have been just AI stuff. Like, great quote of the day. Repost if you find this valuable. it's not compelling at all. You know, this is like, oh, hey, an AI generated image of, I don't know, Superman. Like, this is like, you know, not very compelling. So yeah, not to distract from the point. You'll learn how to use ChatGPT to be a lot better. You know, they'll create like hooks, CTAs, and stuff, and then you can give it comments. So I'm like, hey, these CTAs are not compelling and they're very amateur. I would not engage with this. And I know it's made by AI. I know you could do better. And then it gives much better ones. See that? I would read that. And then, you know, you can tweak it to take it from a 7 out of 10 to a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10. So, you know, I'd say this is great. Store this in your memory as my writing style. So I'm training this bot to be a better one. And then now generate some that are relevant to mobile home parks. There you go. And then, okay. You know, this is like just one example. It might be too long, but this is just one example, right? And then I say, okay, because this is the call to action. If you want to see the numbers behind this, so this is a lead magnet call to action, which I don't have one. I don't have a lead magnet like this. So I say, okay, since you have a lead magnet CTA, generate a lead magnet that goes with the post. And then here, it generates something like this. So with this, for example, Andres, you can use Canva to make this look nice. You could put this in a format. It's like a one-page PDF one-pager. And then we can even add this as a sub-page to our website to collect leads. It's like, do you want to see the numbers behind mobile home parks, why they're so much better than every other asset class? Drop your email. Here you go. And then they'll receive our emails from there. So that's just one example of it. I will paste this in right here. It's just so you can look at it. That's at the top. Okay. Any questions before I move on?
Okay, so far.
Nice. Stephanie, we doing good. Do you guys want to like a 5-minute break? I know we've been going out for a little while. If you want to go to the bathroom or something, toilet.
I'm okay. I don't know, Stephanie, if you need to rest a little bit.
I'm fine.
Okay. Then we'll continue. Perfect. So yeah, and a side note, this is why clear documentation is so important. So, you know, after I explain all this, it feels like you've had a lot of information thrown at you, and then you can go back and like read this slower and then like truly understand and have a deeper knowledge of what you're going through. Because I know we're going somewhat quickly, and that's sort of the goal, to just get you 80% of the way there in as short of the time as possible. You know, with the 80-20 rule, for example. So, okay, next is content must be approved by Leo before publishing. That's just, you know, so I can get a final look at it, make sure it looks okay. We can do this for now. Maybe later we don't. After I trust you both to just, you know, make the right things. But I think in the beginning, I know my voice best, so like I'll tweak it a little bit if necessary before posting. Communication and reporting, just so you know, Slack, if you have like questions, etc. Let's see, Google Doc for EOD reports, Clockify for time tracking, Notion for SOPs, and workflow tracking is just like the SOPs I showed you. I will have you expand it out essentially. Google Drive for content storage and approval. Let me show you the content folder. Hang on. I think, okay. I'll add you both actually. Okay. So right here is the video folder. I shared this with you, so you can go in here. You can see there's a folder for B-roll. There's raw files. This is just like videos that you can chop up in CapCut, for example. In progress, it's like, so this is, let's say videos that I have created that have not been captioned. You see there's no caption, there's no title. So that's in progress. Clean is just for YouTube videos. So clean is, have you ever wondered if you, so once you edit a video down to just the voice, there is no text. You'll notice there's no text or images on here just yet. This is what we call a clean file. And the purpose for a clean file is if a certain editing style goes out of trend, we want to change the image in here, we want to change the captions or the sounds, then we have a clean file to work with. And then final, let's see, there's, have you there's like text, you see text on here. So that's how those categorizations are done. And then back here, this is where I put it. That's the folder. Yeah, so we reviewed a LinkedIn post and a short form video. You both sort of know how to do that, right? I mean, okay, maybe Stephanie, can you try to explain the difference between, investor engagement and social media assistant based on your knowledge?
From the live session we're having now, or?
Yeah.
Okay, as the investor relations, my major task is to increase engagement with the investors in order for them to be able to see us, know us, trust us, like us, and be able to invest with us and fund our projects. as an investor relations, I should be able to engage with their content. I should also be able to create short captions from the videos that Andres is going to, and from the videos Andres will be creating. And then for social media VA, his is to create infographics, to edit the videos, to repurpose some of the podcast content into short videos, and to create text content. And also, I think it is also helping with investors as well.
Yep. Yep, that's good. So, yep, that's just something right there. We'll keep moving. Andres, don't worry, I'll ask you something later. So, okay. Good job, Stephanie.
Thank you.
So, okay, tools and workflow. So we went through the different tools on how we can create the content, how we can engage with people and report them. So, okay, communication and tracking. We've went through all of these, and then investor relations, LinkedIn DMs. I mean, you're familiar with it, right? I think it's just finding qualified people and then messaging them. And I think first and foremost, one of the initial tasks is for you to create like a strategy on how you would reach out. And for that, you'll see Stephanie right here up top, investor scripts. That's a great way to go about it so you can learn how they do it. You have PDF files that you can refer to, just language to cut through the noise. Because if I show you my LinkedIn inbox, you'll see there's so many generic messages that are just copy paste, and like people just won't respond to that. Let me show you. Oh, okay, great. Like, why should I care? I don't know. So these people, just move to other, because it doesn't actually matter. So I don't know, maybe this, see, sales and marketing. So I knew when I accepted his request, it's going to be a sales or marketing message. And indeed, potential partnership. I mean, look, I give it to them for their efforts, but I have no time to do this. My time is focused on how can I make the best post? How can I have better conversations with investors, and get more deals done, right? I mean, this is another mobile home park guy, but you'll notice why my headline isn't "I help people passively invest into whatever." Is you see this? I sell apartments and mobile home parks. I purchase income properties too, because that's too generic now. The strategy has moved on. So when someone like this sends me a connection request, I'll usually decline it because I know he's going to try to pitch me on something. So then if you change it to something a little bit different, then they'll have things to relate to. Okay, sure, this is a real estate investor. Oh, he used to work for Tesla. He's a speaker. Well, I have a podcast. Maybe he can come on. Martial artist. Hey, like I enjoy martial arts as well. And then here's like a little a little call to action just so they know what I'm doing. So the goal of the posts on LinkedIn is for them to come to my profile, because when they come to my profile, this is doing the selling for me, so I don't have to sell, right? Because when they come, they're like, okay, I get it. I could schedule an investor call from here, and then I have to fill out how much I'm going to invest. So they sort of pick up the hint, and that's the goal. So I don't have to be as salesy. You know, there's a free investing mini course. That's just an email sequence that I built out. Join our investor community. That's if they want to get informed of any deals that we have. So that is basically the LinkedIn DMs and whatnot. Go high level. I've also created both of you accounts for Go High Level. This is just our sort of CRM for investors, and then also it's a way to schedule marketing posts. So we won't use this to begin with, but just to show you, you know, you'll see you have different investors. We can take notes, you know, how much they might invest. And then when you click into them, you could see if they've opened up emails from us, right? You can send them emails or you can send them a text, but no need to do that for now. Marketing, you'll see you can create new posts. You could select different accounts. I usually just post everything on LinkedIn, and then I cross-post it to Facebook and Instagram. And then you'll see how it all appears. And then you could schedule it for a certain time. That way there's always something that's being scheduled. Used to be good. See, I'll have some more posts right there. But January, I think I was more consistent, right? 3 times a week. And then this is when I went on vacation and I got lazy. So
how can I log into Go High Level?
Go High Level, I believe you both have accounts set up. So it should be in your inbox as well. So Stephanie, you see that's your CCMHC email. Andres as well, your CCMHC email. So you should be able to set it up. But let me know. Yeah. Feel free to, I mean, might as well. If you guys want to take a minute or two just to set it up, it should be pretty quick. Let me know when you guys are set up. Actually, I might run to the bathroom real quick, just a couple minutes. While you're both setting up, feel free to go to the bathroom as well, and then we'll come back in a couple minutes.
Okay.
Did you get the notification for Go High Level? I don't see it. Oh, wait. I think I mean, yeah, I mean.
Okay.
All right. Zach, were you both able to get set up?
Anin.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Well, then let's just continue for now. I think maybe maybe we can go in to explore the tools a bit more as we go, but I think just for today, just do a high level overview of everything. So Canva, like I said, it's for different graphics. It could be for anything. For a LinkedIn post or a one-page PDF kind of thing. Video editing, you can use CapCut. I have to figure out how to get you the login, so no need to use that for now. YouTube, I mean, maybe down the line I'll have you log in, but I think for now, if you just put in the videos into the Google Drive, that should be enough. Because I haven't looked too much into analytics yet. I think first step is to get consistent with posting content. So that's going to be the first goal. Scheduling, publishing, I mean, that's go high level for the most part. LinkedIn comment, I showed you how to do it. Long form video, I think I created a couple of videos to show you how to edit, so that should be straightforward. And then now sort of more individualized, but again, just so you both understand what each person is doing, we'll do it together. So investor relations, your goal is to learn investor engagement strategies and CRM processes. So there's the course overview, investor context. I mean, these are just sample tasks. You don't have to do it. I'll have you do it as the time comes. But there's the Keeley course, LinkedIn engagement, like this stuff. I mean, Stephanie, you've already done it before, so you've already done a good job so far. I think it's just a matter of making it better. And we'll create a strategy for investor DMs before you reach out, and then show you how to log leads into Go High Level. Maybe down the line even drafting a follow-up email, but I think for now it's quite easy. Just input their names and then let me know when they're added. And then BNI, have you heard of BNI, Stephanie?
No.
Okay. It's just a networking group. They meet every Wednesday morning, so sometimes I might have you join if I'm not going to be there. It's pretty simple. I have an SOP for that. And that's the good news with SOPs is that it makes explaining things a lot easier. Let's see.
I know BNI.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's easy. You talk for like 30 seconds. You give your little commercial and that's it. But then you just stay on so they count your attendance. So, okay, continuing, social media, learn video editing, content repurposing, and brand consistency. We'll create like brand colors in Canva and things like that. We'll get our content to look really, really good. So yeah, we'll improve your skills from there as well, Andres. So short form video editing, that is basically like what you did so far. Canva graphics, I'll show you. It's like creating things like this. Let me show you a guy. Something like this, the banner.
Okay.
Or you see the way that he does this?
Yeah.
It's just something like that. I've done it as well. And then you see, he's got a little text to go with it. He's got a little call to action. He's got a little lead magnet too. And then you see it takes you to this place. Yeah. So these are all things that we'll work on together. Again, just step by step. But yeah. And then YouTube uploads and podcasts. It's going to be two different things. So a podcast is just, the video podcast, you'll cut it into short videos. And then YouTube videos, they're dedicated YouTube videos to answer questions that I get a lot, for example. So it's important to have both, put it that way. Because podcasts, some people will listen to, and then some other people, they will just watch my videos. So that's like the real estate returns one, for example. This video right here is returns you can get from real estate. Typically videos like this, it's like under 10 minutes, but it's on a specific topic that people watch. Oh, well, I guess it's unlisted. So I haven't made it public yet, but there's other videos that are public that investors watch, and like, yeah, I mean, they'll invest with us 50,000, 100,000 or more just by watching these videos. So that's the tricky part with marketing, is that your customers, they come from everywhere. So you have to figure out how to give them what they want. Yeah. And then finally, just scheduling and content organization. That's just scheduling content in Go High Level once it's approved. And again, just have some variety for the content. Have some be text posts, some be image posts, some be video posts, and etc.
Carousels.
Say that again.
I don't know how to say it. Carousels, those that you
carousels.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. Yep, exactly. Just have different different kinds of content. That way it keeps things fresh for people. And to my earlier point, some people, they'll only read text posts. If they see a video on LinkedIn, they'll just scroll past it. They won't watch it. And other people, sometimes they watch it. So you never know. So this is great training to build your skills in different kinds of content, make you a better marketer as well. So next is weekly routine. So this is sort of what I expect you to do. Right? And in this case, it's Stephanie. Just on a daily, weekly basis, you want to just send a few LinkedIn connection requests and maybe DMs once you get ramped up on it. You don't have to do it immediately for DMs, but you could send connection requests for people that you think are qualified. Maybe it's like 10 a day. Engage with investor posts. I mean, right now maybe I'll post 3 times a week, but really it's just whenever there's a post. So you want to comment on other people's posts and then reply on all comments on my post. You'll help define and refine outreach strategies for investor calls. Like I said earlier, it's like, how are you going to message one of my connections to get an appointment booked? So that's that. Posts and captions. That's straightforward. Eventually you'll send emails and follow-ups, but for now, maybe just draft emails and then, just some metrics to measure your success on. 1 in every 3 people will open the email. That's, call it 35%. That's great. But these KPIs, it could be adjusted as we go, as we figure out what's reasonable and what's not. So, schedule investor calls, maybe, and also, hey, since we're getting ramped up, it might be like 1 to 3 calls per week, for example. Track CRM, make sure that they're all categorized correctly and go high level. So that's that. Any questions, Stephanie?
No.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. The right LinkedIn posts. How would I know the post I would write?
Say that one more time. How?
Write LinkedIn post. Like, am I creating a LinkedIn post from Andre's video or what?
Yeah, so some are from his videos, some are from his images, others could be alone. So, like remember I showed you earlier, there were some posts like there's no image, there's no video, it's just text. It could be like that too.
Okay, like, is there a specific day I'm creating any post or just like anytime?
I think I will empower you to create your own schedule. Let me know what you think works best for you. Because, maybe for some people, it's like, I want to create one post every single day. But then for other people, I think I'm most creative on Monday morning. So that's when I want to do it. So then I'll create 5 posts that morning, for example. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, we can create the process as we go along, see what makes sense. And then for now, maybe it's maybe in your folder, Stephanie, you can create like a text post. You don't have to, but I'm just doing this as an example. And it's like, I don't know. and then you take something from ChatGPT, and then you refine it. And then maybe it's like you can have something that you'll highlight it yellow when it's ready for my review, and then I will highlight it green when it's ready to go. But then when you're still working on it, there's nothing. Just as an example. Does that make sense, Stephanie?
Yes.
Okay. So continuing on, we're almost done here. So for the social media side, so Andres, for now, for example, right, we'll build this together. This is just a sample, I think, to get us started. So, repurpose long form videos into short form clips. You might want to edit 3 of them. Yeah, I mean, maybe you want to do it on like Tuesdays or something when you're extra focused. And Andres, you'll just let me know what you think. Create Canva graphics or infographics, things like that. Schedule LinkedIn content. Upload YouTube videos. I mean, maybe, yeah, this one we'll do later. We don't have to do for now. Manage podcast content. Track and report social media engagement metrics. That's later on, but we can work on that together. Post creation, you'll do that right now. Content strategy based on performance.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I just a little bit confused about something. So
Yeah.
when it comes to the post, I make the image, like
Yeah.
and do I make the copy as well?
You can
Like the
definitely try
text?
it. Yeah. You
Okay,
can definitely try it. But yeah, I mean, see if that looks good, and then we'll sort of experiment, right? I mean, you can create a copy. If Stephanie wants to refine it, she can. But then when it's done, just let me know.
perfect. Yeah, so I can
Mm.
just make the image, the copy. I send it to Stephanie, and she double checks.
Yeah, and same thing for you, Andres. Maybe it's like you can do something like this, and then you share this document with with Stephanie. So then maybe it's like when it's ready to review, ready for her review, maybe it's orange, right? And then
Okay,
once you reviewed it, it turns yellow. So when it turns yellow, it's my review, and then when it's good, then it's green.
and when it's green, we post it.
Yeah.
And I post it.
You schedule it. You can schedule it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I skip. Okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, I want you, Andres, to manage the content and scheduling and posting ideally, and then Stephanie, you're more so getting investor interest, and part of which is getting engaging content. So that's how I would break it down. Okay. Last but not least, 30, 60, 90 goals. This is for just us to work on. So let's just focus on 30-day goals. Stephanie, I want you to be just fully trained on Go High Level. You know how to input the leads and messaging on LinkedIn, email outreach, maybe for podcast people, but I'd say LinkedIn is the most important. Just know how to message people on LinkedIn. So I'll put that in bold. Engage with 50 new investor leads, schedule 5 to 10 investor calls, comment on other 100 plus LinkedIn posts, draft and send 2 investor email to newsletter list. Sure. And we'll create these as we go along. I think this is just a sample. Once you dig into it, then we can create these goals together and figure out what is reasonable for you, right? So this is just a sample. Increase the response rate, testing, optimizing. I think she dropped. While she's getting back, Andres, I think let's just go over for you, right? I want you to be fully trained on CapCut, Canva, and YouTube Studio. You repurpose some long form videos into short form content, create image-based posts and carousels, upload videos, and then create some captions. So I think the 30-day goals is like the most important part. Just know what you're both working on. We can also tweak these because I want this to be a dialogue between you and I so that I know what's working, what's not, what is reasonable, what is not, so that I can help you succeed more in your role.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that is it for the onboarding. We just made it on the dot. So questions, thoughts, comments, anything. I promise you won't hurt my feelings if you thought this was not great or doesn't cover everything that you need.
No, everything was very clear. Of course, there's a lot of information to process, but it's a process. So
Yeah.
we are going to be working together. So my question is, if you had like a specific time for us to connect, or how we gonna start?
Yeah, great question. I think for now, today, just review this and make sure that you understand what's going on. And then maybe tomorrow, let's have a quick call in maybe, let's say, the morning. I'll have a one-on-one call with both of you. Then that way we could start creating like, okay, what is our plan for this week?
Okay.
Yeah. Stephanie, thoughts?
I'm fine. I'm clear.
Okay. So tell me, like, what do you, I'll ask both of you this, but what's your plan for today? Like, what will you work on?
I'll definitely go through this video again and go through the documents. I don't think I'll be working on anything. I really want to understand everything very well.
Yeah. Great. So let me. Okay. So that's that. If you have questions, right, you can message me on Slack, or you can also use Loom if you've Have you guys used Loom before?
That's
Yeah.
for videos.
Yes. So sometimes you can share your screen. You're like, I don't understand how to do this. You can record it in Loom. So it's like you can talk through it. You know, so some order, and then the email copy just then 80, 400, right? So you can review it that way. You can send me a video link instead of just texting. This is more clear. So that one you can create your own account with this, and then let me see. Yeah, that should be good. And then any questions, just message me on Slack. And then remember to do your end of day reports. We should just review it. You know, when I click in here, I should know, okay, like what's been done today, and then what's your focus tomorrow. And
Okay.
Maybe one thing is that you can let me know what schedule you prefer to have. You know, some people want to work, maybe you want to take Thursday off or something, or you want to work Monday through Friday for a couple hours each day. Just let me know what your schedule is, like your preference.
I'm okay Monday to Friday in the morning.
Okay.
Me
Sure.
too.
You too, Stephanie, you said?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So in the mornings, like before noon?
That works for me.
Okay.
Anyway, I mean, I'm always available until 5 p.m. in case that there's something urgent that you need.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. And if I'm not available, I will let you know at least 2 or 3 days in advance.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, I think for the most part, the earliest I might reach out is like 10:30 or 11. In the morning I have other things to do as well, so maybe between like 11 and 2 for the most
That's
part.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is perfect for me. And like
Yeah.
I said, if something urgent comes and available,
Yeah. Yep. Sounds great. Stephanie, any thoughts you want to share? Stephanie? Maybe she's frozen.
yeah,
Oh,
I know she's moving.
okay. Stephanie, any thoughts on what I just
No, I'm
mentioned?
good.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
Well, congratulations, both of you. Welcome again to Cornell Communities. We're very excited to have you. I'm here for your success and for your growth. I think there's a long path ahead. As you have seen, there's a extensive onboarding package that we put together for you. This we will continue to work on and improve. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, and then we'll talk again tomorrow.
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll be in touch.
Sounds great. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.